would have did this was like Valkyria Chronicles 3, but they refused to just localize that altogether. So I'm like, whatever, Sega, F you. Just F you, Sega. So I still love you, Sega. But it's like I mean, I feel like it's easier. Well, I guess, or relatively speaking, anyway, to localize it that way. If they, because it's, I'm guessing it would be cheaper, so you don't have to like hire new voice actors
Yep.
and go through all the extra dubbing and all that crap. So, I mean, I'm okay with them doing stuff like this. So I feel like more games should do it if necessary, and they shouldn't necessarily be like, "Hey, let me not localize this because it would cost too much to find voice actors and all this stuff." So they should do that. But anyways, I started playing, and I'm not really familiar with the series, so I don't know.
This is the
I
fourth
don't
game.
know. I know, right? So, and it's the fourth. It's the fourth one apparently. So I was like, so when I started playing, I was like, I don't know if there's like a other stuff that ties in from the previous three games, or if this is just like a completely new like self-contained story where it's just like they're kind of like Final Fantasy where they all have numbers but none of them are like related to each other.
Right, RPG, because
So
that's how the rest of the video game industry works when they have franchises. Just like
some
Final
of them
Fantasy.
some of them actually do. I mean, the Persona games are like that, and as a matter of fact, most of the
Tales
SMT
games
series
like
is
that.
like, and the Tales games are like that too. Yeah, it's like a lot of series are like that.
A lot.
So
I beg to differ.
well, a lot of Japanese ones. I don't know. I don't know. I don't play a
Yeah,
lot of Western
yeah.
games,
Like all those
but
games you listen to, you're like, oh, well, they just happen to be Japanese. So,
I guess it's more like Yakuza is more like Elder Scrolls in that way, where they all take place in the same world, and some of the characters are the same, but it's not necessarily. Well, especially the fourth one, and there's another one. Like the first two are very connected. The third one, I think it's like 1 through 3 are really connected. Then the fourth one is like kind of connected. There's like a few characters that you see,
oh.
but
Yeah,
it's
well,
not
I
like
won't know
super.
them.
Yeah.
I won't know, so it wouldn't matter. But yeah, I didn't because so I pretty much like went in not knowing anything about these games at all, except for the fact the gamer's always like, "I love Yakuza, localize all of them," and then they never do until like all after he imported them. So it's like so I didn't realize it was like a beat 'em up kind of somewhat,
For the
but like
combat.
yeah, it's like like I said, I didn't know what to expect going in, so I was like, I guess. So when I got to like the first tutorial and it was like telling me to like beat up these guys or whatever, I was like, oh, I didn't know this was a beat 'em up. So that's a thing. But apparently there's stuff going on with the Yakuza.
you don't
I don't
say.
know. Like, so, I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know. There was like, I'm assuming there's like going to be like some big thing or whatever. Because I mean, at the beginning, it seems like there's like they're worried about, or one of these groups is like worried about some other group like drinking in their bar, I guess, because they're all like, it's our territory. They shouldn't be. And I was like, I don't know what's going on because I don't know how the Yakuza works. Like, so I don't know how the mafia works in general. So I'm just like, I guess this is bad. So I mean, eventually I go beat up those guys in the bar, and apparently this is gonna start escalating into like a turf war or something because that's what seems like is like going into because like one guy ends up getting killed, and it's like, oh god, here we go. So I don't know. I don't know. There seems like there's going to be a lot of like semi-political stuff going on, except it's like illegal politics because I don't know if the Yakuza is legal or not. I feel like it wouldn't be. So, I mean, I feel like it would not be. So, I don't know. But it is interesting. Like part of me wants to like play it just like for the story aspect of it because I'm not like a big fan of beat 'em ups, but it's like I'm pretty sure there won't be like so much combat where I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm just fighting all these people. So I don't know. We shall see. And it's a free game anyways. I didn't spend money on it, so I don't care if it's good or not. So it's fine. So I,
That's
I was
interesting.
I was kind of just kind of playing around with that for a little while. I mean, like I said, I'm like still at like the very early beginning of it, so I don't know what other stuff you can do and stuff yet. So, well, we'll see. But everybody seems nice, so I mean, nothing can possibly go wrong. Nothing can possibly go wrong.
That's interesting because when I first played it, everyone thought that the Yakuza games were basically Japanese Grand Theft Auto,
Mhm.
and then they totally weren't, and that's why the first one didn't sell as well as they probably wanted it to. And so the first time I played it, that's what I had in my mind. And then when I played it, I was like, oh, this is actually like an RPG.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that because it has like a lot of RPG elements, which is
Yeah.
weird. I was like, I
Like
don't
I
know.
really like the part with the random combat where it's just you're walking down the street and there's people on the
Yeah,
street because that's how it is, and they'll run up to you and be like, "Hey, I don't like you looking at me" or something, and then it's a random battle, and then you have I guess it's a beat up the guy, and then he's like, "Oh, sorry, here," and that's how you get items or like get money, and it's like it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, because that's what I was gonna mention that too. Because I was like, I remember like when I was like on my way back to the office or whatever, and then all of a sudden those guys ran back up on me and they're like, we brought our boss with us this time. I was like, wait, what is happening right now? And, like the like screen did like the thing where it's like thug plus boss going on. I was like, what is this? So it's like they kind of like they're like random encounters kind of. So it is weird. It's like this is so random. Like what the hell? So I don't know. It's just like so out of place. I don't know, like because like that's how the tutorial caught me off guard. Because I'm like, because they're like, oh, go to this guy because it's like collection day at the beginning because he's like a loan shark or whatever. So he's like going down the street, and all of a sudden these three guys they stop me and they're like, hey. What are you doing here? I was like, I don't know you. Like, what's going on right now? So they're like, we don't want you walking on our streets or some crap. And I was like, what is happening right now? And then all of a sudden, like the title comes up. It's like thugs or street thugs or something. And I was like, oh, okay. And then it just goes into like it turns into like the battle mode. This makes no sense. So that it's kind of funny that they do stuff like that. But yeah, that is weird. So. I have done like a few of those. I've only like gotten like a few of the new. I've only unlocked like a few of them. I did like the taunt stuff because I don't know if I need like the other extra moves yet because it's still early in the game. So I just got like the taunting spirits and all that stuff so I can be all like auraed up and stuff when I fight because why not? Apparently, so apparently this guy has magic because I guess that's how it works in Japan when you're a loan shark. You have magical powers or something. So, yeah. So that's fun. But yeah, haven't. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have on that one.
Monster Hunter.
Well, I was just saying like that's all I have on Yakuza. I think I have played other stuff. Just saying like so.
Or Dead Man Cross, whatever.
I picked up a Dead Man's Cross. Off the store because it was free to play, and I was like, I don't know what this is, but it has Square Enix's name on it, so why not?
Wow.
So
It takes RPG, just
well, it was free tech, and I didn't buy it.
wink
So
and a
it's
smile.
okay. Like,
Hey, it's free.
that's
Yeah.
all it takes. I'm pretty easy when it comes to like certain things, so it's just like, hey, yeah, just go ahead and take me. I'm okay. I'll just lay down here. But it's like it's kind of like a collectible card game slash shooting gallery kind of thing or something.
Shooting gallery or
with
light
the
gun
zombies,
style?
right?
Because it's like
like
a
you
zombie.
shoot the zombies and then they become cards, and then you have
Yes.
card battles.
Yes, that is what
The premise
it
is
is.
something like it's so far past the zombie apocalypse that like zombies are used for entertainment stuff
Yes,
or
there was
something
like
like that.
it's like an underground cage fighting for this. I don't know what's going on in this game because it's like it starts off where you're like you're in the zombie apocalypse and you're like martial law or something was declared, so everybody was like forced inside. So your main character like comes out of his apartment after 3 months because apparently he was that stocked up, and he's like, oh, there's zombies out here. What the hell? So you meet this kid and he's all like, here, have this gun because reasons. And then he teaches you to like shoot stuff. So you're like shooting up the zombies, and whenever you kill one, it like turns into like this card. And then these are called hunts. So you're like pretty much hunting them. And apparently, whenever you kill a zombie, they become like yours. So you're like creating your own like zombie horde to like fight with. Because that's what they do in the apocalypse now. And then it's like they all have like each of the zombies have like different abilities and types and all this stuff. So you could pretty much like after they get turned into cards, you like build your deck or your horde, and you you could take them with you because like there's like certain places apparently where you're during expo or exploration mode, you can't use your gun, so it's like you use your horde to fight for you whenever you run into like the random zombie encounters, and then it's like this card battle where it's like your horde versus the random horde or something, and then there's also like this underground like cage fighting thing where people pit their hordes against each other so you can like win prizes so you can like upgrade your zombies with like sneakers and all this stuff. And I was like, I don't know. I guess at a certain point the apocalypse just gets to the point where people are just like, you know what, screw it, we might as well make the best of it, so let's give our zombies sneakers because why not.
The world is ridiculous now. Whatever.
Yeah, it's true. It's like they just stopped caring at this point. So it's just yeah, and you can like take on local jobs from the I guess the last bar that's still operating because why not? So you get like jobs and you can explore things and it's you can like get extra like point or extra like hardware or something which is like the currency there because they use it to like melt down into bullets and stuff. So yeah.
It sounds like it could be a pseudo sequel to Pokemon. Because you do basically the same stuff, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Because you're capturing zombies and using them in zombie battles. So,
To fight other zombies. Yeah. And then there are
That's
people who
essentially
have their own zombie collections, and you fight them too.
pretty much. Yeah, it is like a zombie sequel to Pokemon. So yeah, that is what that is.
Nobody cares about their comfort though, in those little balls.
I mean, I used to buy accessories for my Pokemon. I don't know what you're talking about. I even got the little balls, like I got them like little ribbons and stuff. It was my Pokemon were comfortable. Okay, I took good care of them. So I don't know what you're talking about. I cared. I cared. But yeah, it is an unusual game to say the least. But it's free to play, so I mean, it's like. I mean, you go in with no expectations and it's free, so I mean, you can't go wrong, right? So that was happening. So yeah, I actually don't know. I think there might be like an online component to it. I'm not sure. I haven't like tried it yet, so that may or may not be a thing. So don't quote me on that. I don't know. But yeah, that's yeah, that is Dead Man's Cross. I'm kind of okay with it because it's like a weird game, so I'm like, okay, I can get behind this, I guess. I mean, if there were more free to play games out there like that, I'd probably play a lot more free to play games. So I don't know. Team Scenario.
Such a high bar being set by free to play these days.
Yeah, I know, right?
They call them mid-core.
Mid-core, God.
As opposed to RPGs once in a long time, back in the olden days of the podcast, softcore games.
Yes.
Or I think you said softcore gamers, not softcore games, or whatever.
Yeah, it was
Same
the,
difference.
to the gamers themselves, not the games. But yeah. And then other than that, I've been playing like a bunch of Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate because I needed a new loot game to cleanse me of the other not good loot game I've been playing for the past few months. So it's like, finally, a game that gives me the loot I actually need. Although I guess in this game, you're crafting your own weapons and stuff, so you're not like waiting for weapon drops. You're waiting for like material drops and stuff. So it's kind of like you have to do more work, kind of. Although it's fun though, so it's okay. I'm slightly okay with it. But apparently. This Monster Hunter decided it wanted to have a story because why not? I guess because usually most of the Monster Hunter games are they're more just like, oh, this giant monster is attacking the town, so let's train you so you can kill it later, and then you're pretty much just like all your quests are just more or less technically training so you can beat whatever the flagship monster is for that particular title and like the final mission kind of thing. So they're usually not all that story heavy or anything. But I mean, this one, there's like you meet this guy on this boat and he's like, I'm looking for somebody to tell me what this thing is, and he like shows you this gold item thing, and then he's like he pretty much drags you along and helps him build up a crew and going on to different towns and all this stuff. And I was like, I don't really need all of this. I kind of just want to kill things. So I mean, I'm just gonna help you because I mean I guess I can benefit from this in some way, shape,